Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. This one's different than most videos that we've done before. But if you've seen the Cool Guy House with No Escape movie, it will make a little more sense. Which, if you haven't seen it, definitely go watch it. Because this ties into the movies. And yes, I said movies because I am working on the second one right now, actually. We're going to start filming, I think, next week. It's when I'm going to start filming it. And I'm excited. This one's definitely going to be better than the first one. And the first one, I think, is good. It's not great, but I think it's good. This one's going to be way, way better. This is set 1, 100 cards. Now, since I printed them off, I did find out that there are some mistakes. Also, this game has been in the works for years. I've been working on it for years, but just recently I actually printed off these first cards. I have noticed some mess ups, like the backs are not long enough. Yes, that's the branding. It is called Nynomics. Yes, it's a weird name, I know, but so is the name of my channel, Rartle. Yes, this trading card game is called Nynomics. It is my HTCG. If you don't know what that stands for, it stands for Homemade Trading Card Game. So you could just call it a homemade TCG also. And if some of the laminated parts are not perfect, it is because, yeah, I hand did them. I do not have a laminator yet. And the cuts are not perfect either. But yes, this is set 1. There's 100 cards. Really just the only mess up I did is with the card backs. There is one mess up on the cards with one of them that has an ability I need to fix. I'll do that at some point. And I will go over every single card in this set. At some point I will do a video on that. But the creatures are called Nynomics. There are 68 Nynomics cards. 3 planet cards. There is, which, like I said, I'll go over this in an actual video. Which is this one, actually. Yeah, that's this video. Going over all of it. Yes, 68 Nynomics cards. There are 3 planet cards. It does not say a set number on the planet cards because I'm planning on making more sets. And the planets and the locations and attachment cards can't really go with every set. But yes, there's 68 Nynomics, there's 3 planet cards. Barza, which is the lava fiery planet. There's Lethub, which is the forest lush planet. And then there is Oku, which is the water planet. And then there are location cards. Different locations. Different Nynomics are from different locations. Like in this set, there's 4 Barza locations. Sorry. Technically 5, actually. There's 5 Barza, 5 Lethub, and 5 Oku locations. And then there's other locations that aren't in those planets. And then there are 12 attachment cards. Now let me go over everything. So yeah, there's 4 different types of cards in this game. And first, I'm going to go over all the Nynomics. Now, there are 68 different Nynomics. There is different rarities. There's common cards. There's rare cards, and they get better with each rarity. There's very rare. I think there's extremely rare, ultra rare, legendary, and then there's 3 more rarities, but I'm going to talk about those later. First, let's go over these. So there are 6 different commons for each planet. and I'm going to separate them by planet. The first card in the set is Lifo. Pretty basic. 40 HP, 20 attack. That's it. There's Glowl. Glowl. I haven't looked at these cards in a while. A little bit different. Slush. Lil Green. Baru. Flowey. Flowey and Lifo tie-in. A little bit. Flowey's... Here, let me look at all the abilities. Yeah. Glowl's ability is replace this card with the top card in your deck, which could be useful depending, it's really how lucky you get. Lil Green, some cards you do need a coin, so that's the only separate thing that you need in this game. Flip a coin when your opponent attacks. If heads, you avoid the attack. If tails, the damage is doubled. So if you get really lucky on your flips, Lil Green could be an invincible card. So he's pretty good. Baru, no ability. Flowey might be the weakest card in the game. Yeah, 5 attack and 20 HP. Yeah, I think Flowey's might be the weakest card. But if Lifo's in your hand, then put him in the attack zone with this card. So if you have Lifo in your hand, then you can attack with Lifo and Flowey at the same time. So, not really the weakest card. A little strong, but not that much. So those are the Lothub commons. Next are the Barza commons. I'm not sure why I lined it up like that instead of Barza first, since it's the first one. It's the closest to the sun. They're set up like that. But this is just how I did it, so. Well, I guess it's because, well, Lothub's really the first planet I came up with. That was the first planet I decided on. So I think that's why it's like that. But Barza, there is Bama, Gree, which cannot attack Gloob, who's another card later on. Futh. Oh no, Futh is actually pretty weak. Yeah, Futh has way less HP. Wait, Little Green didn't have that much either, right? I don't know, Little Green's definitely the weakest. 10 HP and 5 attack, but he could also be invincible depending on how lucky you are on it. So he's not really that bad. Masita. Attach 2 attachment cards to this time. Normally you can only do 1 in a turn, but in this one you can attach 2. Honu, Wanli, replace this card with the top card in your discard pile, which that could be useful. Also, none of the abilities are mandatory. They're not required to be used every turn. You don't have to. I think some of them say that they are, that you do have to use them every turn. But some of them, but if it doesn't say that, then you can choose if you want to use it or not. So like with Wanli, place this card with top card in your discard pile. If it's a really bad card in your discard pile, you don't have to switch it. This is a optional ability. But if it's a really good card, you probably want to replace it. If it's one of the better rarities. Those are all of the Barza commons. Now let's move on to Oku, which has Bowl. Swap this card for another one in your hand after you attack. So you can attack, then say you have Bish, and you can, like, you attack with Bowl, and you use his ability to bring in any other card in your hand, say like Bish, and then you can use his attack also in your turn. Me Too, draw another card from your deck and add it to your hand. That could be really useful too. Some of the abilities on these weaker cards can be really useful. Bohi, Yeech, take away 5 extra health from your opponent's card on each turn after your first attack with this card until opponent's card loses all of its health. So like say they have Bowel in. Or no, Yeech is really strong. He has a super good 1, 2. Oh man, why did I do that? I need one that has more than 30 HP to demonstrate this. None of these cards have more than 30 HP. Or no, wait, I'm looking at attack. Yeah, like me too. We'll go Bohi. Bohi, 45. So you play Yeech, they play Bohi. And you attack with Yeech, 30 attack, so his HP goes down to 15. But then it says 5 extra health. So he's down to 10. Let's say it's like a stronger card. Like I'm just going to pull a random one. I'm just going to pull a later one out of here that has a lot of health. We'll go Manned. We'll say that he played Manned. Your opponent. Super strong card. Extremely rare. His attack is 90, so he could easily take out Yeech. But if you get to go first, and then you have an attachment card that could help you, but we're going to go over those later. Yeech could attack, do 30 damage, so that would bring him down to 100 HP, and then it does 5 damage, so 35. And then say he doesn't do damage because of some attachment card that you have. Next time you go, or no, say that he attacks but doesn't do damage to you because you don't have it. He attacks, so it takes away 5 damage. Or it does 5 damage. He is at 95. Then you attack, takes away 30, down to 65, takes away another 5 because someone attacked. Every time someone attacks, as long as Yeech is still in, say he dies, then man doesn't lose 5 HP every time that him or you attack. So Yeech can be really good. It can really add up. And then the last common card is Spox, who's pretty weak. 5 attack, 20 HP. Those are all the commons. And then we have rares. We have Corrado. I actually really like Corrado. I like the name a lot. We have Spurs. Swap this with another card in your hand before attacking. It's optional. You're attacking. You have another card in your hand that you'd rather do that's stronger, and you can swap it with him before you attack. Normally you can't swap till after, so that can be useful. There's Gless, Sherm, Jumpf. Those are all of the lift up rares. There's only 5. And then the Barza rares are Scrash, Cresciti. Take away 8 extra health from opponent's card on each turn after your first attack with this card until opponent's card loses all of its health. Just like Yeech, except it does 10 damage. So Yeech and Cresciti are both really good for that. Then there's Smava. I like Smava too. I like Psittaface. Take the top card from your opponent's deck and add it to your hand. That one's also depending on what their top card is. It could be good, could be bad. Either way, though, you get an extra card, so it's good no matter what. But it could be really good. Perf. And those are the Oku, or Barza rares. Let me move these back so I have room to place more. Alright, and then the Oku ones, we have Trith. Attach 3 attachments cards instead of just 1 like you would normally get to do each turn. Only 1. So you can do Trith. It's really good. Can be, depending on what attachment cards you have. Fosace, or Fosace, sorry. Furl. Flip coin. If heads, then your attack. That's one of the mess ups. It says your attack twice. And it says damage instead of damage. There's like 2 cards that have mess ups on there, and that's one of them. Flip a coin, but it will be, I'm gonna fix it next time I print off cards. Once I fix the backs too. Flip a coin, if heads, then your attack will do 20 extra damage. So that one can be good, because then you can do 70 damage. There's Jish, Dunake, and those are all of the rares. And now we get on to the very rares. Starting with Lethub, we have Weem, Hamner. Flip a coin, if heads, then the attack does 20 extra damage, so you can do 80 damage. See, a lot of them have flip a coin. Larm, Unled. Your opponent loses 10 health every attack that you do or they do until this card dies. So that's the same thing as like Cressidi or Yeech. Sorry. So those are the very rares of Lethub. Now let's move on to Barza. There's Veed, D-Tree. This card gains 20 health and 20 attack for every watering can attached to this card. Which watering can is one of the attachment cards. It works on certain cards. You give them extra health and attack. Fought, Yalat. Bring another Nynomic into play with this card and use them both each turn. So if you have another one with, like say you have Flowey and you use that one's ability, you can have 3. You can have Yalat, Flowey, and Lefo all attack at the same time. Or other ones. I mean, that one can be really good. Skalat, you can revive a Nynomic, which that one is really good. You can pick any Nynomic from your discard pile that died and revive it and add it back to your hand. That one is really good. Zuzer. Wait, why am I in? Oops. Okay, well that's all the Barzas. Alright, let's move on to Oku. Skalat, like I said, really, really good card. Zuzer. There's Gloob, who is talking about over here with, where is he? Is he a rare? Must be a rare, hang on. Is he in a Barza card? Yeah. So there's Gree, cannot attack Gloob. That's Gloob. That's the one that he can attack. Gloobs, take your opponent's attached attachment cards and add them to this card. So any attachment cards they have on their card, take them, add them to this card. So that could be really good based on your opponent's cards. And you can do it every turn too, as long as he's still alive. Kizzard. Those are all of the very rare cards. Now, let's move on to extremely rare. First off, we have Turtlama, because he's a turtle and a llama. Clittle. Flip coin. If heads, then this card gains 20 attack. This can be stacked, but can only be used once per turn. So say you flip a coin, it lands at it's heads, you get 20 more attack, you get 30. Next turn, you flip it again. It's heads. You add 20, you get 50 attack that time. And it just keeps stacking. Most of them can't stack like that. It resets after each turn. Then there's Dant. Those are all of the extremely rares for Lethub. Now let's go to Barza. Pies. There's Mand, who I used in an example earlier, but Mand's ability is your opponent's card loses 20 health every turn by you or your opponent until their card dies. So it's just like the other cards like Cressidi and Yeech, except this one's 20. Curter. And that's all the Barza. Extremely rares. Now let's move on to Oku. There's Arth. Arth is one of my favorite cards. Just because you got all these weird creatures and then there's just this guy. Just Arth. I really like Arth. And then Bewar. Any shields attached to your opponent's card are useless against this card. And Bewar's ability, it says that because one of the attachment cards is a shield card. Snand. Ooh, okay, now we're getting to like my favorite cards. I'm gonna have to scoot these even farther back so I have room. Alright, now we are in the ultra rare with Lethub. Quintek. Love this card. I don't care that it doesn't have an ability. Love this card so much. Quintek, awesome card. So cool. I love the artwork that it did. I love the 5 heads. I love the name Quintek. Awesome card. One of my favorites. Bodil. I like all the ultra rares, but Quintek's awesome. Bodil. Flip a coin 7 times. Every heads gives this card 10 more health and attack. Can be used every turn, which means it can be stacked. So say that you get heads 7 times in a row. Its HP gets bumped up to 205, and its attack gets bumped up to 145. Since you can do it every turn, as long as it stays alive, you can just keep adding 70 if you keep getting heads, which would be insane. Like, that would be the most insane thing ever if you kept getting heads. And you could just keep adding 70 and 70 and 70, 70, 70, 70, over and over and over, as long as you keep getting heads, which would be insane. Those are the Lethub Ultra Rares. Barza, Warrior. Amazing card also. One of my favorites also. Also, if you've been seeing, like, it says attack, HP, it says the planet they're from. Like in these two, Lethub. What? Why does ours say Barza? Alright, well there's another mess up I just found. I'm gonna need to look through every card and see that. Why does it say Barza? He's not from Barza, he's from Oku. And then if you're wondering about this bottom one, I'll explain that in a minute. And then it's the set and the rarity. Warrior, awesome card. Just like Quintek, no ability, but still awesome card. Wark, flip a coin. If heads, then your attack does 50 more damage. See, that one does not say it can be stacked, so it cannot be stacked. It's just each turn. It's either 90 or 140, depending on what you flip. Good card too. Oku ones. Sharktopus. That was actually the very first Nynomic I ever made. I like Sharktopus too. And then Humanoid, which if you've seen the Cool Guy House with No Escape movie, the humanoids are in it. They are the shapeshifters. Even though in the movie we never say their name is the humanoids, in the credits it does say humanoid. And this is what they are. They're Nynomic. So that's why I said they tie into the movies. And so in the second one, you may or may not see other Nynomics in it. So you could find out what's going to happen in future movies based on what these cards are. Maybe. Humanoid's ability, add any other card from your hand onto this card, and your health and attack from this card and that card are combined. So say you had the Sharktopus, Humanoid shape shifts into it, it has the Sharktopus and its original one because it can shapeshift. 210 health and 135 attack. Depending on what card you attach, Humanoid, one of the best cards in the game. Maybe a little overpowered. Alright, now we move on to Legendary. One Legendary per planet. Lethub's is the Ultra Vibat. This card cannot be attacked by any card unless the Ancient Eye is attached to that card. Ancient Eye is another attachment card. Amazing card. Just pretty much invincible unless that one card is on it. So that Legendary is really good. Obsidiad. If this card kills your opponent's card, then your opponent must put their entire hand into their discard pile. So if you have this card and you kill your opponent's card, you pretty much won the game. Obsidiad's really good. Shador. This one, the ability needs to be changed. I'm not even going to show it because it was supposed to be... I was going to make an attachment card for it, just like Ultra Vibat has one, but I didn't. So I need to change its ability. And I was planning on changing it anyways. That's why I didn't make the attachment cards, but I forgot. There's supposed to be a Shadow Catcher. card, but I thought it was too similar to Ultra Vivat, so I didn't. And then these other rarities that I didn't talk about earlier. Planet Monster. 1 per planet. Super powerful cards. Gains 50 health and 50 attack for every water and can attach to this card. Trounton, Lethub's Planet Monster. I love Malveno. Malveno is also one of my favorites. Malveno gains 75 attack for every lava bubble attached to this card. He already has 300, so I don't know why I need that unless they have these cards. Gatho. All of your dead Nynomics get revived and put back into your deck. Super powerful. Now we only got 2 left. There's the Solar System Beast. Frostgree. All Nynomics in your opponent's deck get killed and moved to their discard pile. So this one, if you have Obsidiad and Frostgree, Obsidiad kills their gets rid of their hand, and Frostgree gets rid of the rest of their deck. So that's it. They're done. And then the most powerful card in the game, the Galaxy Titan. Lahatan. 9,999 HP. 7,850 attack. Set 1, number 68. Cannot be challenged by any card other than other Galaxy Titans. So, if you have a Lahatan, you win. Unless they have a Lahatan too. Then it's really just whoever gets to go, whoever attacks first wins. Unless you have a whole bunch of attachment cards, like a million. So yeah, those are all of the Nynomic cards. Now let me get them back up and then I'll show you the other cards. Those are all 68 of the Nynomic cards. Next, let's look at the planet cards. I already showed them to you, Barza, Lethub, Oku. If you have a planet card, then it'll just stay to the side the entire game. And any cards that you have from Barza get 50 extra attack. Lethub, get 40 extra. Oku get 25 extra health and 25 attack. Oh, Lethub's health, not attack, sorry. So those will just stay and play the entire game. And those are the planet cards. Then we have the location cards. Black Hole is all Nynomics gain 100 health and 100 attack. Like how I was showing you that there's a part at the bottom that you didn't know what it was. These are the locations. BH is Black Hole. Lahatan lives at the Black Hole. Which that is actually important for some of the other locations. But Black Hole, all Nynomics gain 100 health and 100 attack. That can be pretty good. But this card, I don't know if that card will ever come into play. I might have to change it because that's not amazing. Stars Core, that's where Frostgree lives. Frostgree gains 400 health and 400 attack. That's pretty good. Barza's Core, Malveno gain, because each core is where the planet monster lives. So Barza's Core, Malveno gains 100 health and 200 attack, because that's where he lives. Lethub's Core, Trounton gains 150 health and 150 attack. That's where Trounton lives. Oku's Core, Gatho gains 200 health and 100 attack. That's where Gatho lives. And then we get on to these, which will help all of these cards. It's 4 for each right now in this set. There's the Great Volcano in Barza. All Nynomics from this area gain 50 health and 50 attack. That's what it is, because they live in certain areas. Any Nynomic from that area, you have it placed to the side with your planet card. You cannot play your area cards unless you have the planet card. So say that your planet card that you have played is Lethub. You can't play these cards. You can only play the Lethub location cards. So Barza, you could play these cards. Great Volcano. All Nynomics gain 50 health and 50 attack. Lava Grass Field. 75 health and 25 attack. I remember when I made this, I put a thumbs up in here somewhere. I see it too. If anyone sees it, please comment down below how many from which side and how many from the top it is. And I'll pin that comment because I want to know if anyone can find it, because I hit a thumbs up in here, and it's pretty hard to find. Alright, let's keep going. Volcano Valley, 100 health, 30 attack. Fire Temple, 25 health and 75 attack. Those are the Barza area cards. Then we go to Lethub. Same thing, you have to have Lethub's planet card to play these. The Four Great Trees. All Nynomics gain 70 health and 30 attack, or from that area. Serm Lake, 75 health and 25 attack. Feta Lake, 50 health and 50 attack. Dranid Lake, 80 health and 20 attack. And those are the Lethub ones. As you can see, the location cards just give them extra stuff. There's also here Water Temple. I love this card too. Gain 60 health and 60 attack. There's a thumbs up in here somewhere, and I do not remember where I put it. And I put a thumbs up on this and in the lava grass field, but I don't remember where I put it on this one. So if anyone sees it, comment down below where it is, just like with the lava grass field, because I have no idea where I put it. But okay, let's keep going. Delay Island, 60 health, 40 attack. Githo's Gift. It's a scale from Githo, a little lore there. All Nynomics from this area gain 75 health and 75 attack. Tadok Island, 50 health and 50 attack. Those are all of the location cards. Now let's move on to attachment cards. Lava Bubble. Attach this card to certain Nynomics to make them stronger. Certain Nynomics from Barza say in their ability when I read them, Lava Bubble will give them stuff, such as Malveno. Watering Can. This one does same thing. Certain Nynomics to make them stronger, like Trounton. Ancient Eye. Attach this card to your Nynomic to attack invisible Nynomics. This is the... You have to have this card attached to attack Ultra Vibat. Shield. Attach this card to your Nynomic so your Nynomic can take 50 more damage before it dies. It adds 50 health to it. So if you have a bunch of these added on, it can be really useful. Volcanic Eruption. Maybe my favorite artwork. Out of these cards, at least. Play this card to deal 50 damage to your opponent's Nynomic, unless their Nynomic is from Barza. So if they have a Barza card, do not play this. Do not attach this to your card, because it won't do anything until you kill that card and they put in a different card. And every time they kill your card, if they kill your card and this is attached, then this goes into your discard pile too. But if they have like a Lethub, it does 50 damage. Oku, 50 damage. Extra damage. Alright, the Cure gets rid of the disease. The disease is a different attachment card. There's the Revealing Lens. When you play this card, you get to look at your opponent's hand. Some of the attachment cards just attach and don't do anything with your Nynomic, such as the Cure. Or, well, it does if they have the disease. The Revealing Lens shows... Also, I'm just noticing that kind of looks like Chinese. I was just making weird symbols. Cool. Yeah, the Revealing Lens lets you look at your opponent's hand, which could be useful depending on what cards you have. The Gravity Switch. When you play this card, your opponent must put their entire hand back into their discard pile and draw the same amount of cards from their deck. Little green. The Disease. This is the one that the Cure is useful for. Your opponent must discard the top card in their deck every turn until the end of the game unless they play the Cure. So you play this, you put it on their side. Every turn they do, their top card has to go into the discard pile. If they don't have the Cure, they're just going to run out of cards, and then that's one of the ways you can lose the game. Githo's Scale. All of your Oku Nynomics gain 40 attack. So if you have Shield and Githo's Scale and you have Oku cards, say your deck is made up of Oku cards, which playing Oku, Lethub, or Barza, those all go together good. So you want to fight each other with those. So Githo's Scale, really good. Electric Shock. Deactivate all of your opponent's resource cards except the Disease. So you can get rid of they're resource cards. Sorry, not attachment. I've just been calling them attachment ever since then, but I forgot that they're resource cards. So if they have the Disease attached, that doesn't go away, but any other cards do. Then the last one, Lava Grass Blade number 1057. Play this card to instantly deal 100 health to your opponent's Nynomic. The most powerful of the resource cards. And that is all 100 cards in Nynomics Set 1.